Okay. So the last thing that happened was you guys had just received orders from Arlen that you will need to do a report on the Outlanders. Um, Having received those orders, you guys have some time to yourselves to kill, to prepare, think of how you want to do this. So what would you like to do now that you guys have kind of gone back to the Manticore's tail and have some time to kill?
Hmm. That is actually a fairly good. So what would I like to do?
You've got the whole city to yourself. You are fairly new in town. You had just saved Rorda, which actually, as a matter of fact, oh, why did you need to save Rorda?
Well, the treasurer asked me to get information on the fasteners,
He did. He did.
and to get the fasteners' trust, they pretty much hired me and two other guys apparently.
Yeah, they hired you to save Rorda, but you actually owed Rorda a personal obligation. What was that
Oh yeah.
obligation? And how did you come to have that?
He was one of the first people in town that I actually met. So he kind of directed me to people in power and whatnot. I just kind of feel obligated because he got me on the whole kind of direction
Okay, so
for that.
he was maybe one of the first people you were like, hey, so who are the richest, most powerful people in town? And he was
Pretty
just like,
much.
oh, well, the Duke, of course. I was like, oh, thanks. Okay, cool. So you have done this, and basically the way you found the treasure was that you basically emerged from the woods, came to town in disguise, and just started looking for the most powerful, influential, rich people here. Uh,
Pretty
and
much.
then you charmed them. Okay, cool. So now you have some free time to yourself in this city that is still largely unexplored for you. You are welcome to wander about the city.
Of which I do. I'll start wandering around, like most of the shops. Actually, just trying to see what everyone has, what's for sale.
Okay.
Kind of trying to understand why
Uh,
humans use money.
okay, go ahead and you are here. Go ahead and move your character around so I can see where it is you're actually going to go.
Like to the market district.
Market district. Okay. Where in the market district did you just zip off to? There you
Right
are.
near the middle of it.
There you are. Okay. So you have right now you're standing kind of in like the the direct center of the market district. Over here where I believe that's the performance hall? No, the courthouse. Yes. The courthouse and the craftsmen's guilds are here. Uh, from here, you can kind of see over the markets to the northeast and southwest of you. Lots of bustling stalls. You can smell the food in the air, and there's a lot of chatter as people come back and forth, uh, up and down the stairs and all over the place. Some people are trying to sell various goods and vegetables and fruits. Other people are street performers. One guy's suspending a stick with two other sticks in the air, that sort of thing.
I just stare at these guys like it's really those guys that get my attention. Like they're trying to be us. How quaint.
Yeah, you watch this guy. Uh, he's rolling his sticks. He puts on a pretty good performance. It's pretty entertaining. It's kind of weird, whatever it is he's trying to do there, but
They're trying to be like us. These apes are quite fascinating.
Yeah, you see a couple other street performers. Some of them are dancing, like you know, someone's break dancing in the streets. You've never seen break dancing before. It's kind of a unique form of dance. Uh, there's another person who's doing tricks using various metal rings, kind of like balancing them one atop the other and spinning them and such.
At this point, after seeing all this and like being the person who I am, I would you say I'm like up top?
Up top? What do you mean?
I'm guessing that this little
This is
thing
like,
right where I am is like on this like upper rail,
yeah,
upper bridge.
it's almost like an overpass.
Yeah, but how high is it?
It's not terribly high. You might be 15 feet above.
All right, being the badass person I am, I jump off onto the roof below. It is
Okay.
pretty much on the street.
Okay.
And just drop down on the street.
And you jump
Walk
onto
up to the guys.
Okay.
Stairs for suckers.
Right.
Island is I try to start like upstaging them
Okay. What are you
with a
doing?
violin.
With the violin? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a performance check.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up right now. Give me a sec.
All good. Ooh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you put on a hell of a show. All of the attention is on you right now. Some people are,
As it naturally should be.
yeah, some people are clapping. Others are kind of dancing along. There's some little kids there, and a few people throw some coins your way. The other performers don't look terribly pleased. Another instrumentalist steps out of the crowd and begins to play. And
Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
and they are very good. And you can see the. Here, let me pull up. God, let me find a picture of a fucking bard.
Are we doing dueling banjos right now?
Well,
The two guys meet in the
just
subway.
rolled a 26 on his performance check.
Dang.
So we'll see how well we're dueling. God damn it, where's here?
Alright, I start off on the violin. Dun 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 dun.
And he picks up on his flute. No, actually, he's gonna be on a lute. Sure. Because I found a pretty decent picture. God. So we can do this.
That is some very specific conversation I hear going on in the background.
Oh man, how big is this picture? No, it's tiny. I don't know why it's taking so long to upload. I'll try again. Whoa!
Ah, it's big.
A giant looms in the distance, strumming an enormous lute, twice the size of any building here. Okay. Okay. And you guys are off. Y'all are both playing a pretty fierce tune. Let's go ahead and make a contested performance check. Oh my god. You got a 25. What'd you get?
13. Jesus heck.
13. Alright. This guy is shredding his loot right now. The crowd is loving it.
Alright, using my telepathic link with my spider, I'm just like, you know what? I can't have this guy upstaging me. He's just a human. So like, go do your spider thing. Mess with him.
Alright. Okay, so at your command, your spider moves down your leg, and you guys are playing it. You sort of watch/sense as it gradually walks over to him and move up. And as he's going to town and he's sweating and he's all into it, and then he glances down and sees the spider crawling up his legs. But he can't stop. If he stops, the music will stop. So he's just watching this spider very warily. You can see he's starting to get a little disturbed as it begins to move up his arm and leg. Go ahead and make another performance check. He will roll at disadvantage.
Ugh!
Oh god.
I rolled the 9.
Alright, he
I'm
rolled
getting so...
he rolled a 13. So you can tell he slows down a little bit. You can see his eyes kind of darting from his instrument to the spider and then back again. Something's clearly distracting him. And you're still...
Can I subtly cast a spell? I mean, it's about to play, all eyes are pretty much on us, but...
what are you trying to cast? Because you're playing...
Minor illusion.
You're playing an instrument right now.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. Well, I just wanted to make the illusion that there's another spider on him.
Okay.
Because spiders.
Ooh, you got a lot of eyes on you though, because you guys are...
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
I don't think you'd be able to pull it off without them seeing you casting it. Because you and he are both surrounded by a group of people.
Alright then.
Alright. So y'all
Time to bring out the big gun.
Y'all keep playing. What is the spider doing?
Oh, the spider is now on the back of one of the spiders crawling up to his hand. Not the one plucking at the strings, but the one, doing the frets.
Okay. He's still going at it. He's starting to get pretty nervous. I take it he's likely never seen a spider like this before.
It's just like a common house spider, but it's kind of weird to see one on your hand.
It's like a daddy long leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this would be like kind of a long wispy spider, and he's just like, holy shit, there's some kind of spider on my hand right now. So he's
Pretty
playing.
much.
He is going to kind of stop for a second and try and shake the spider off his hand. Go ahead and roll performance at advantage.
26.
Alright, so as his music lulls down momentarily, you come
That's
in.
That's when I start doing the power chords.
You come in
on
with
a violin.
the power chords, and the crowd just goes wild. Like they're loving this duel between the two of you guys, and you're shredding it, and kind of knocking the spider off his hand. He quickly goes back to trying to play and make up for it. Go ahead and make me a contested performance check. Oof.
20.
20. Okay, he got a 16. So yeah, he's trying to catch up, but you're clearly in the lead now. You are just shredding this thing. What's your spider doing?
Your life.
The spider's doing what? I'm sorry? You cut out.
The spider's pretty much trying to hang on to the hand. If it's not still on the hand, it's crawling back up along the back of him.
He shook it off his hand and got back to playing, so the spider's crawling back up now?
Yeah, but this time it's crawling at the back of his leg, so he doesn't really see it.
Okay. it's a pretty.
He's still shook up though, which is
Yeah.
what I was going for.
Yeah, he's still he sees the spider kind of like knock off his hand, and then it goes back for him, and he's just like, "What the hell's with the spider?" And he's trying to play his instrument. Let's see, he's gonna roll a disadvantage. Oof, and get a 14. Go ahead and make me another performance check.
25.
25. All right, you are slaying it. The crowd is clapping along to. They're like clapping a beat to like your violin music,
And I just start kind of prancing around the guy, smirking at him.
yeah, and
You know, a little smug
you are
face
putting
on him.
on a show, you know, giving him a smug look and kind of
I'm
twirling
playing
about him as
circles
you play.
around you. I'm playing circles around you. I'm playing circles around you.
He's gonna make one last valiant attempt. Oof. And fails miserably. Rolling a 2. At this point, go ahead and make me one last check. Yeah.
21. I end with the classic dun 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 dun.
Yeah, so you promptly destroy them. The crowd goes wild, and they are applauding you, throwing coins. You put on quite a show. Everybody loves it, and after a while, the crowd kind of gradually begins to disperse, and this bard kind of smiles wistfully at you and makes an extravagant bow, you know, kind of taking his hat off and bowing. He says, "That was some monstrous playing, man. You seem to know
It
your way
helps to
around
have
an
a
instrument."
Thanks. It helps to have a friend who can make the strings for you.
Oh, that's a custom instrument?
And then pretty much the spider just kind of jumps off of his shoulder into my hand, into my open hand, which I'm holding out.
What? That was you? So,
I just kind of smirk and walk away, leaving him confounded.
Alright, Nadeliani is pleased. That was good RP. Go ahead and take an inspiration for that. In my game, you can have up to 3 inspiration.
Let me just find out where inspiration is on this thing.
I don't know if it's on the player sheet. Are you still unable to get a regular character sheet?
No, I found it on here. It says inspiration, then it says no. I'm going to click that so it says yes.
Okay. Are you still unable to use a regular
that
character
red
sheet?
one with the Adobe Acrobat?
Uh-huh.
I could do it on my phone, but it's confusing and it takes a while for it to realize I'm trying to put in numbers and stuff.
You don't have it on your laptop?
Adobe Acrobat can't be downloaded on this laptop for whatever reason.
Oh. Okay. Well, the thing is, I have to. The only way I can reference your character is if I look at Roll20, so I'm not able to do it from my phone, really, or my iPad. Which is where I do most of my planning and thinking outside of sitting at my computer.
Right.
Okay. So you kind of leave this bard in the dust. He is confounded as to how you use that spider to wreck his shit. You earned yourself about 23 gold with that performance. Well done.
What do I do with it?
Well, I mean, you know what to do with it. It's just fucking useless, shiny coin metal that these humans want. But I mean, it's not that important to you personally, other than getting you food and stuff, which you could just as easily steal or take for yourself.
True.
What would you be looking for in these markets? What sort of things would draw your eye?
Definitely anything that has like cake thing.
That has what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Like cakes or pies.
Cakes or pies? Ooh, okay. Well, as you would have come to this market up here, back a little ways, you would have passed a series of food stalls and vendors. This is not far. The Manticore's tail is through this gate and then down this way. So you would have come through here. But here there are, the smell of food fills the air, steamed vegetables and cooked spice meats, various treats of different kinds. There's like a cotton candy vendor, like spinning cotton candy, and there's like like an ice cream man with various frozen treats that he's just kind of mixing fruit into some sort of icy cream, and putting on kind of a show, flipping it around and such. Yeah, that sort of thing. There's
I mean, like what they do at Cold Stone?
yeah, like what they do at Cold Stone. Another vendor seems to have various sorts of confectionery sweets available.
Alright, the two that pretty much pick up my eye is the, well, obviously the confectionery sweets, because doy, and the cotton candy one, like, they're making clouds. What the heck is wrong with these? How do these humans get this technology?
Yeah, you walk over and you look at it, and the man is kind of pumping a pedal with his foot, and there's a large bowl spinning in front of him. And seeing that he's caught your interest, he kind of gives a wink, and you see him like reach over and he picks up like a scoop with a sort of colored powder in it, and he drops it in. And as the powder hits the bowl, you see it kind of gradually turn to almost like a string. And then he reaches over and he puts a different color in, and the red swirls with the blue and makes sort of like a purple. And then he adds a different color in, and it adds a streak of green in the middle of the purple, and another one, and a streak of yellow. And it's very fascinating. And he's kind of he rolls a stick around in the center of it, and you see this strange, almost like a fibrous cloud kind of gather around this stick, and he takes a piece of it and gives it to you.
I just stare and I'm like...
He pulls a piece off and he eats it. He says, "Try it, it's good."
I do try it, and seeing it's out pure sugar, I'm absolutely in love.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's some weird cotton cloud, and you've never had anything like this, but it's fucking incredible.
This is better than ambrosia.
And he says,
I just pretty much slam 5 gold on the counter, just like, give me.
5 gold? His eyebrows kind of raise in surprise. About a short rest later, you're walking away with a couple armfuls of about shit. We'll say you've got 15 of these little cone things that are just like wrapped in some kind of foil bag, and the rest of them, you've got like another 12 of them stuffed in your bag.
Awesome. Yeah.
You are loaded on cotton. You have cotton candy rations for days.
Yes.
So go ahead and add 27 cotton candy rolls to your inventory. I'll have to add that to the shit I gave you document. So yeah, you now have a shitload of cotton candy, which you absolutely love. It is beautiful, it's light and fluffy, and it tastes delicious.
It's colorful too.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm giving to my patron tonight.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Hell yeah.
This is worth invading for.
This is worth invading.
Just go up all jacked up on sugar.
Like one pupil's like way bigger than the other. Okay. So you now have a shitload of cotton candy. You are in a great mood, because you just put some measly human in his place with a bit of magic. Although, thinking to yourself, you recognize that that guy started off really strong. And you kind of catch yourself wondering about that, but then like, fuck it, you let it go. You've got cotton candy now. Who cares? So what
I
else
have
are you
cotton
doing?
candy. Life is good.
Life is good. Are you gonna go check out the confectionery suites?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so with your armfuls of cotton candy, you head on over to the a food stall a couple over to see something else that caught your eye. And before you see dozens and dozens of pastries. One looks like a cream puff with powdered sugar and like a cherry with a sort of like jelly on top. Of course, you don't know what any of this stuff is. You're just like, ooh, what is that? It's pretty. Like another one's
I
like
know how
you
this character
see
dies already.
you see like glazed donuts like kind of laid across and like various like pies and extravagantly decorated cakes. And
I know how this character is going to die.
there's
Sugar
a, there's a
overdose.
fat lady working behind the thing, and she sees you looking, and she says, "Oh, could I interest you in a pastry, or perhaps some other sweet?"
Sweets?
He says, and she says, "Aye, sweets. Would you like a sample?"
Yes.
Okay. She
This
picks up.
person just carrying a bunch of cotton candy, just like
Yeah,
I would
you've
love a
got
sample.
armfuls of cotton candy. Mind you, both arms full of cotton candy. And you're just like, yes, I want this now. And the lady takes like a cream puff and like dusts a little sugar on it. You can see it's like freshly made. And she kind of holds it out to you, you know, to like give to you. And you're kind of looking down at your arms. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to lean in and just grab it with my mouth.
God damn it. Okay. So you kind of crane your neck forward and like chuckling, she kind of like feeds it to you. Instantly, as you bite into it, that cream fills your mouth. It's like a custard. It's not like the cheap foamy cream, like whipped cream puffs, you know. It's like the delicious custard ones. And it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. Cooked, tasty, you know, like the Fae usually eat. You guys like your sweet stuffs, but it's usually like prepared fruits and like natural
Yeah,
foods,
like
you
jellied
know?
fruits and candied fruits.
These are like cooked foods.
Yeah.
Artisan foods. Uh, and yeah, it's absolutely delicious. This cream puff.
Oh yeah, like, how much for like a dozen of these?
A dozen of these? 3 silver.
How much for a gold?
Gold. Let's see. Be about 18. My math
Can you
was
reach
correct.
in there and grab a gold? Cause hands kind of full.
Of course, of course. And you kind of like stick your hip out, you know, and she like reaches over, and you see her grab 1 gold coin out, and she kind of puts them all in a little box and like wraps it with a linen, and she's kind of looking at where she's gonna give this to you, where there's room.
Just place it on top of these.
So kind of holding your arms out. She sets a box like right on top of you, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then I pretty much book it back to the Manicore's Tail just to put these in my room.
okay. As you're doing so, you feel a slight tug at one of your arms, and you look over, and there is a grubby little kid attempting to steal one of your cotton candy cones. And he grabs it and looks up at you and sees he's caught, and he is going to turn and try and run away.
I kind of growl on him. This kid's trying to steal my candy.
Yeah, little pickpocket.
Get a job!
Little pickpocket just stole your cone, and he's gonna run away and run around the corner down the street, disappearing.
Oh, I'm going to. I send my spider after him.
You send
Definitely.
your spider after him. Your spider's
Yeah.
not going to be able to catch this sprinting kid.
Oh no, but yeah, I know, but
just,
I don't know it.
just
I don't know it as a character. I know it as a player.
All right,
It's
yeah.
like,
So,
chase him down now.
So your spider like slowly like crawls this way up the street and then, like onto the building, and it's looking around, but there's no way he's out of there.
Yeah, he stole from me.
Yeah. Oh, these city guards are outside that. Okay, so you're. So having been robbed.
I'm not sharing this. This is delicious.
Having been robbed of one of your cotton candy cones, so you now have 26. You make your way back to the Manticore's tail and rush up to your room with 26 cones of cotton candy and a box of 18 cream puffs.
But no doubt the other guys see this.
Yeah,
If they're
you
there.
actually draw a lot of eyes as you walk into the Manticore's tail, and you're
Just kind of kick open the door.
tons and tons of sweets. Yeah, everyone like looks to see what it is, and then they just see like this girl with her armfuls of sweets, and everyone just kind of like chuckles to themselves, you know.
Instantly go run up to my room, lock the door, and just start meditating with the box of pastries and a few of the cotton candies in the
Okay.
circle with me.
Okay, so you draw your circles and you start to meditate, and as before, you feel the unseen presence of Nedeliani, that kind of whimsical, childlike feel, but at the same time, the majesty and the regality that just sort of imitates as part of her natural charisma.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like try these. Try these. Try these.
One of the offerings disappears from the circle, right? And one
Yeah.
of the cream puffs. And there's a couple moments, right, of just like nothing. And then another one vanishes, and another one, and another one, and another one. And they
Okay, that's enough. I want more
gradually-
too.
All of them vanish except for one. And then a third of that one disappears, and a second third.
And I just pretty much try to grab that third.
As you reach for it, it changes color but remains in place.
I still eat it.
It's delicious. Nedeliani is greatly pleased. You can see she is very happy with this offering. It's delicious. The darkness around you kind of becomes like a lighter purple that like fades to orange, and then it's kind of just like this. You're in this environment of just shifting color. And this, you know, as someone who's bound to Nedeliani, is just a sort of emanating pleasure.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, this is a good sign. So she is pleased. You feel as well that she's kind of like watching your memories. She typically sees what you see, and you know this. But this is kind of her way of discussing the Bard incident with you. Your memories kind of just like replaying through your head. And you can feel she kind of scoffs at you a little bit for fudging your rolls. Or not fudging your rolls, but like fudging your play, you know? Your performance a little bit.
I was putting
at
on
the
an
start.
act.
Yeah, but then you can see she really appreciates the way you recovered from it, and the way you kind of threw that silly human or played him for a fool. So yeah, generally speaking, Nedeliani is pleased. This is a positive reaction, and you get the sense that, you know, your bedside table just might not catch on fire.
All right. So once I'm done with the whole meditation, just catching her up on what these are, what amazing things the humans have,
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much go out there. I lock the door behind me because I don't want anyone touching my stuff.
Okay. When you open your eyes from your meditation, you see the candlesticks uh, across the room are just like hovering in the air. And there are a couple books off the shelf that are just floating suspended in the air.
Yeah, I don't really want those to cause too much trouble. So, are the candlesticks lit?
Yeah, they're lit. They're just like suspended.
Will they go down gently?
Do you approach the candlesticks and touch them?
I pretty much put out the fire
Yeah,
in
well,
case,
they're suspended about 3 feet off of the table.
This is the bad part about meditating sometimes. Excess magic.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I tried to grab the books and put them back.
As
At the
soon as
very
you touch the books, whichever one you touch just moves freely in your hand. So you just kind of take them out of suspension and you put them back on the shelf.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to get suspicious and just hear crashing books with no one in there.
Yeah, when you blow out the candle flame, however, as soon as you influence the candle, it drops to the table and kind of
And I
falls
do
over.
try to catch it.
All right, roll me a dex check.
Give me a second, I was still in the inventory. So, let me just look. Would that just be a save? No, it wouldn't be. Well, not. Would it be acrobatics?
It would just be a straight dexterity check. By the way, something I learned last night that I didn't know is that initiative, as the rules are written, is a dexterity check. So things that buff ability checks,
Like expertise and or jack of all trades?
yeah, jack of all trades, expertise, or not expertise. Expertise is a skill check.
Yeah. So that's a 20. That's a
But
12.
like guidance, for instance, can buff your initiative.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. And I think Bardic Inspiration, if you can use it on ability checks.
So I got a 12.
You got a 12? Okay, yeah, not too hard. You catch the candle by the candle holder, and before it hits the desk, and the candle doesn't break.
Yeah, that's good. I don't want anyone to get like too suspicious of what's going on or what I'm doing back here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody really knows what you're up to quite yet.
So as soon as I put everything back to where it was, I leave, lock the door behind me, and I try to hunt down that kid.
Okay. Alright. The kid that stole from you? Alright, so how are you gonna do that?
I'm going to go back to the scene of the crime.
Alright. So you move back to where... Is your spider still up there?
The spider is still kind of searching around the area, yes.
Your spider hasn't seen anything.
Curses.
That kid isn't gonna steal and then like linger in the area. He's out of there. I mean, you can roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy, one of my best skills. Not really, though.
Like, you would just have to miraculously get a nat 20 on it. Close,
17.
but no cigar. You can't find this kid anywhere.
That's with a -1, I should remind you.
Is it? Wow. You have a -1? That's funny. Yeah, no luck there. So what are you gonna be doing from here? Kid doesn't seem to be anywhere around. Do you want to continue to explore the city?
Yeah, I guess. This time I'll head like up, like north to where like the Duke and up to where the castle is. Like hang around there for a bit.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, my apologies. So you're headed up. Let me go ahead and move you on up there. You are headed up to the Duke's Keep. And what are you doing up here?
Well, be like that. I'm just going to be pretty much just keeping an ear to the ground, just like figure out like. 'Cause I know the Duke is probably not on the level. Probably not from what I've kind of witnessed so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one here is really on the level, so just like just want to walk around and kind of listen to the local gossip.
Okay. Make me an investigation check and then tell me what
Of
specifically
course.
you're trying to discover. Okay, not bad. What do you want to know?
If the Duke has any like other like kind of deals going on, trying to get the fasteners just to stop.
Who are you asking? Just regular townsfolk?
You know what?
Who
I look for
specifically?
like one of the newest. I look for like one of the most unassuming guards that there is, and just kind of talk to him.
Okay. Um, it wouldn't take you long before a city guard comes like moving up this way, and he's a pretty young guy. You wager, kind of looking at him, that he's still maybe a little wet behind the ears, you know. And so you ask this guy, or you talk to him, and you greet him, and he's like, "Hey," and you ask him, what do you think of this whole Fastener merchant union situation? Or like, is that what you like? What specifically are you asking him?
It's like his stuff about like his opinion on like the Duke's thing about the fastener about the Duke's fascination with the fasteners.
Oh, and he says, "Well, I mean, it seems pretty reasonable to me that the Duke would be concerned with removing the Fasteners. The Fasteners have done some pretty terrible things to us. Granted, the Fasteners are restless because of what's happening on the south side of the city. Uh, Generally speaking, the middle class and the merchants are able to pay for the new broom tax, but there's been a lot of struggle on the lower classes to keep up with everything. And so the Fasteners have sort of turned this restlessness into violence. I mean, you heard about the caravan that got sacked the other day, right? This is something, I don't know if you remember this, but it happened like the first morning of your first session.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember.
Yeah, so He's like, you heard about the caravan that got sacked the other day, right? They killed eight guards, guys I knew. They had families. He's like, I don't know. I understand that times are hard down there, but I can't agree with killing people the way that they have. Then again, as far as the merchant union goes, I don't know. We've heard some sketchy things, but the city guard, personally, we haven't found anything that indicates we haven't caught them doing anything wrong. If anything, they seem to be making the city better. The debt, which was previously unmanaged by anyone but the Duke, is finally starting to melt away. So hopefully once the deficit is gone, Port Hildian will be better than ever. That's what everybody wants, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for your time. Just...
Oh, yes, of course. You have a great day. Be safe. And he kind of continues on his patrol.
Quick question as a player to you, the DM.
Uh-huh.
This area, like, way up north on the map, that has, like, the steam coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like a scab.
Yes.
What is that?
That is a rift. It's basically just like where they've been mining, and they've cut down really low, and there's like volcanic rock like deep down there, and just like little spots. It's like a hot spot.
All right. So nothing that would currently pique my interest. Got it.
You don't know? That northern part of the city, just from what you've gathered, is kind of like the industrial part of town. Not to be confused with industrial shipping, which is where they get supplies.
Alright. That's pretty much most of what I want to do solo. I say most because at times getting close to when you need to pretty much get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's see. We might have a little bit of time for what needs to happen next.
Yeah, there's a new email on Hot Schedules you should probably look at. It's about beer.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure if you're working rabbits or like bar or front bar today, but
okay. We'll continue on a little bit. If you are free after I get off work tonight, we can finish up your one-on-one sesh because I do have content planned for you. I just wanted to get your stuff established first, like your patron, your backstory, and get get you away into this city in a way that makes sense, which is what we've done. So, as you're outside of the Duke's Keep here, you see a boy that you recognize to be one of the treasurer's servants. And he runs up to you and he says, you're just the person I'm looking for. The treasurer would like to speak with you. Please come at your earliest available convenience. And he just sort of hands you like a summons scroll and leaves.
Well, I have nothing better to do. But in the back of my mind, just remembering, oh wait, I have candy.
Well, it's up to you.
I could do this, but I also have candy. This candy, like I'm seriously considering not going because of the fact that I have.
You have a third of a cotton candy cone left because your patron took all of it.
I thought she took the pastries.
No, she took all the pastries and she took all the cotton candies except for.
Well, I didn't bring in all the cotton candy. Just some of it.
Oh, well, she took everything that you gave to her then. Everything that was in the room. Was it all within the room?
I thought it was all within the circle.
You had to bring it in the circle to offer it, but she took everything that was in the room. Because you gave it to her, and she took it, and then she took more, and more, and more, and then she just stole whatever she could find in the room.
Oh. I was hoping she just took what was in the circle, because there was plenty in the circle.
Yeah, there was plenty in the circle. She took more.
And now she's seriously considering invading the human realm for cotton candy.
For cotton candy. It's like, holy shit. This incredible thing. But it's cheap.
So I don't have any cotton candy now. Darn it.
Yeah, you can go back and buy some more. And,
oh yeah.
It'll just be like a few silver. You don't have to worry about it.
And if they peek in the room and see there's no cotton candy, like, how the heck did she eat that all?
Like checking under the bed for your stash and like it's almost entirely gone. Just like, god damn it.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'll go see the treasure.
Okay, so you go see the treasure.
Like, the only other thing I have to do is hunt down that kid who stole my cotton candy.
So meeting the treasure in the Duke's Hall, he kind of pulls you off to the side. And you can tell he's wanting to have like a private conversation with you. So you guys are kind of whispering together here, and he says, "Thank you for coming, Lilly. As I understand, or as you told me, you know the way to the Fastener Cove, yes?"
Yes.
He's like, "I would like a debriefing from you as far as how you infiltrated the Fasteners."
I helped one of their members escape confinement. Not from you, from some pirates, I think.
From some pirates, and he sort of thinks for a moment. And he says, was there a burning ship involved?
That wasn't me. Though that was the other two idiots.
Ah, so that was you. Yes, that dealt us quite a heavy blow. And
I just said it wasn't me. I didn't start the fire.
Right, I understand. As I heard it from Jarek, or I'm sorry, as I have received from reports, because he hasn't actually spoken with Jarek yet, as I've received from reports, Captain Jarek was pretty seriously wounded, but not actually killed. The assailants shoved him off the dock before fleeing into the night. So, who did you speak to for this job?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question as a player.
He's asking who you spoke to get the recruitment job.
I know the guy's name I saved, Warden.
The guy's name was Arlen, who referred you to the foreign fishmongerer in the marketplace.
Alright.
And Rorda was the person that you saved.
Yeah. Should I give him the guy's name?
That is up to you.
His name was Arlen.
Arlen. And where can we find this Arlen?
That's just it. Arlen just seems to be the kind of person who doesn't want to be found.
Roll me a deception check.
Yeah, I'm just going off what he told us. Like, if he sees any member of like the royalty or the guard, he will not show up. So.
Oh, that's Hjalmar. That's the guy that leads you to the cove.
Ah,
the treasurer is currently asking about who gave you the recruitment mission to infiltrate the Fasteners. Now you the you are sort of doing it to you basically infiltrated the Fasteners in order to rescue Rorda. So you don't really care either way, but you have now been inducted into the Fasteners.
Yeah.
So what are you going to tell him?
I'm going to tell him that I just know. It's like I tell him that I just did it to help a friend of mine. Didn't even know he was a member of the Fasteners at the time. But it looks like I'm kind of in with them.
Who was this friend of yours?
Rorda.
Rorda? And what happened with him? Where is he now?
No idea. Actually, I have no idea.
He judges you carefully, rolling insight on you essentially, but gauges what you're saying to be true. Okay. And you don't know where this Arlen person is either.
Nope.
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't look like you do. Okay. Very well. We'd like you to continue your investigation and see if you can get us the names and locations of the key figures. That being said, I would like to pay you to lead a couple of our scouts to the Fastener Cove. Hopefully we can put an end to all this violence.
Are they good at hiding?
Well, they're scouts. Hiding is their job. He says, the sum for this would be 300 gold. Which, to you, you're just like, whatever, you know.
Yeah, like, facial expression doesn't really perk up.
Yeah, and
until I realized how much cotton candy I could buy with that.
noting the enthusiasm on your face, he says, very well. Then, there are a couple of city guard on the edge of town. The edge of the North Branch. I'd like you to go there and meet them. You'll find the two of them standing just along the main road near the mining buildings. And those are my men. If you would escort them to the Fastener Cove, that'll get us away, or help us mark down the way to get there for our own men.
All right.
Okay. And then concluding your business, you sort of both give each other a nod, and you are dismissed. So you just kind of walk away, peace on out of there. He sort of walks across the room, pondering for a moment, before proceeding out another door.
I'm not sure if he's catching on to me or if he's just questioning my motives.
He's not questioning your motives. You've been working with him since the beginning. So he believes that you're working in a trustworthy manner. So it doesn't take you
I'm
long.
working in a manner to get some more cotton candy.
You're gonna get some more cotton candy on the way?
Oh no, I'm going to get more cotton candy with the 300 gold I'm getting.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to buy out that guy.
Buy that guy out.
I'm just going to buy out that guy. It's like, you work for me now.
Okay, so moving down this way, you are going to head north.
The area marked by 10-ish?
Yes, I believe so. So you're gonna head north this way. Once you get to about here, you're going to notice that these buildings over here look like they have been completely destroyed and are in ruin. It doesn't take too long for you to piece together that these are former official offices that have been destroyed during what appears to be some sort of attack or scuff that may have happened here a while back. So continuing about your business.
Like a while back, or why my back was turned a while back?
No, like before you came to the city.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so entering the industrial part of town up here, you see there are several buildings, what appear to be like factories and various workshops. As you're moving through, you see miners working all about and people sifting the ore into different piles and so on and so forth. You just kind of continue looking around up here. You do see what appear to be some very nice buildings. There are a couple small businesses here. It does kind of seem like this might be where some of the bougier people work in the city, if they're not like a merchant or a craftsman member. And once you get to about here, you will see 2 city guards. As you approach, kind of noting your appearance, what the hell, they're tiny. Noting your appearance, these 2 guys are kind of nod, and they're like, "Ah, you must be Lilly."
And you must be the ones with treasure to send to watch after me.
Indeed.
Or I watch after you. Whichever one of them.
Kind of cocking an eyebrow at your attitude. They're like, "You're here to be our guide, not the other way around." Anyways, you ready to do this?
As long as I get my cotton candy, I'm good. That's her motivation now, cotton candy.
Cotton candy. Sure. When we get back, I'm sure you'll have plenty of money for cotton candy. And you guys kind of lead them off. Actually, you are going to start leading them south this way. West first and then south. And that is going to lead you guys to...
First, I tell them, what are they dressed as?
They're just in like cloaks, but they're essentially city guard members.
All right. I tell them to just pretty much. Do they have like swords on them?
They have axes. Yes, they have. Wait, do they? No.
They have. Do they have any weaponry on them?
They have hand axes on them.
And those are somewhat concealable, so I'm kind of.
Yeah, they have hand axes and heavy crossbows.
And there's the part that I don't really. Kind of hard to scout with heavy weaponry.
They'll be fine. They're in good shape. There, we'll say they are cloaked city guards. So I'm gonna fuck everything up.
Oh, there I am, way down at the bottom.
It doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. You are down here. Alright. This is what we will have to get back to. You are going to lead these guys down the trail to the Fastener Cove.
Alright.
Ideally, either without getting caught, or if you do get caught, just like basically don't keep the others from detecting your presence by whatever means necessary.
Kill the guards?
If need be. You guys are encroaching on a highly secret underground rebel camp.
Ooh, I could use sleep to knock them out.
You certainly could.
Alright.
It's about 1:43. Yeah, we don't have time to do this portion. But when I get home tonight, we can see if we can do that.
Alright, you're working rabbits tonight, or?
No, I'm on ticket, so I shouldn't be too late. Sure I'll be done by like...
Yeah, last night was pretty dead.
8 to 10 based on how dead we are. There's nothing out right now, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. No, seriously, like last night our biggest thing was 90 people to see National Lampoon.
Yeah, see, it'll be like that. Okay, assuming we're going to pick up this session later, I'm going to end the recording right here.